Based on most people's understanding, museums are supposed to be educational public amenities. Looking back at my first steps I took going into the dinosaur exhibit at the Natural History Museum in London, I realized something strange. There was an immersive, mechanical T-Rex standing in its own large room. Plus, there was an entertained crowd of people standing around it. I have not seen such a massive mechanical dinosaur that was able to attract crowds of people in the setting of a museum. That mechanical T-Rex at the dinosaur exhibit made me question its appropriateness in a museum setting. Looking at the mechanical T-Rex, there is a massive amount of artificial lighting on its body. The T-Rex also frequently roars with its mouth open and teeth exposed. In addition, it is continuously swinging its head back and forth, adding on to mass movements of the people crowding around the mechanical T-Rex. I'd basically had to fight through the crowds to be able to get an upfront view and snapshot of the T-Rex. The mechanical T-Rex at first glance makes me initially feel that the dinosaur exhibit does not appropriately suit the purpose of a museum, which is to educate. It initially looks like many people who eagerly crowded around and took pictures of the mechanical T-Rex did so for pure pleasure. It gave me the understanding that the visitors only thought the T-Rex was so cool just by how it moved and how it sounded and how it behaved. I didn't think those visitors really understood the context of dinosaurs while they were amazed by it. Rather, it gave me the view that the mechanical T-Rex serves somewhere like the entrance of an amusement park, like the one seen at Universal Studios. On my first take, it did not make sense thinking about why the Natural History Museum spent so much money to install an exotic mechanical T-Rex in the dinosaur exhibit, which is supposed to educate us about dinosaurs. On the surface, it looks like it only entertains, not educates. I also got the sense that the dinosaur exhibit at the Natural History Museum was designed like a maze. After looking at the mechanical T-Rex, visitors are not allowed to move back or end their tour at the exhibit. This was quite unique. The mechanical T-Rex was placed at around the beginning of the dinosaur exhibit. The museum probably wanted visitors to obtain an upfront experience with how a real dinosaur would look like under a human eye before continuing. Although the dinosaur exhibit seems entertaining upon entering the dinosaur exhibit, I could begin to see the mechanical T-Rex facilitating the educational part of the museum. What took a while for me to notice was that the bulk of the exhibit's display, which was the educational part of the exhibit, was located after the rear room of the mechanical T-Rex. This display consisted mostly of primary objects, informational plaques, and dinosaur bones, and these altogether show the educational information on how archaeologists/scientists reasoned how dinosaurs hunted, lived, and how their anatomy worked, for example. From what I saw, information like these located past the mechanical T-Rex were the information that I think most people expect to see in the setting of a museum. From initially standing up front of the mechanical T-Rex at the dinosaur exhibit, it allowed me to experience how a real dinosaur would feel like under my human eye, with its behavior, sound effects, and immense size. It was incredibly huge and intimidating. I could hint that the museum wants visitors to first develop a basic understanding on how a dinosaur looked and behaved like from a human's perspective. Without that mechanical T-Rex, I, like most visitors, would less likely have a clear idea in regards to how dinosaurs look like. It would be boring to only have a stationary primary objects and information plaques that only superficially show/explain what dinosaurs were about. Simply put, the Natural History Museum had a real educational purpose of including the expensive and massive mechanical T-Rex around the start of the dinosaur exhibit. I see that the mechanical T-Rex allows visitors more likely to have a crisp idea on how dinosaurs look like before closely looking at the display of the dinosaur exhibit. by providing a basic idea of how dinosaurs appeared under a human eye. It can help visitors better learn about the information the primary objects and plaques try to teach them. In that sense, the mechanical T-Rex did not solely serve a purpose of pure entertainment. The mechanical T-Rex serves as an educational display at the start of the dinosaur exhibit, at least from how I am seeing it right now. In short, it facilitated visitors to learn more about dinosaurs in an effective and exhilarating way. Before leaving the museum, there is a box asking visitors to donate. I see that the Natural History Museum wants to get as much funds as possible so they can continue supporting exotic features like the mechanical T-Rex. With that, I can see the Natural History Museum hope to use the dinosaur exhibit's mechanical T-Rex to serve as an exciting and effective model for other exhibits and museums to reference. More importantly, it could be inferred that the dinosaur exhibit relies on the mechanical T-Rex to show that they're one of the most effective teaching exhibits in the whole world.